Welcome to our new show, Simple as That. I'm Farron Schulte.
And I'm Andrea Kazee. And today we will be featuring DIY projects for Christmas and the holidays. Everything that we will have on the show today are projects that we found online, on Pinterest, as well as from friends and family who just asked us to do some things.
And we're going to start with our advent calendars. So here's some of the supplies we have for that. We did two different types of advent calendars. We did a banner, and this one will just hang up on the wall or over a window or wherever, a fireplace maybe. And so I'm going to go through the supplies that we used to make this. It's pretty, there's not a lot of intricate details that go into it. What you see is, you can probably figure it out. But what we did is inked on numbers with stamps. You could also use stickers, or you could print off numbers and glue them on there. But I chose to ink them on, and also we did a wall hanging calendar where I painted them. And so that features just a little bit different look. And it was easier to ink it, just for your information. So then I just decorated it with some washi tape. I bought all of mine online. It's inexpensive, and they have all kinds that you can choose from. So, for the wall hangings, you need wire and some eye hooks to create the part where you hang up your advent calendar numbers.
Now, Farron, these are little bags, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually slip in little treats for the kids, or little messages about that certain day of Advent.
Exactly.
And then each day something special can appear, and the kids can enjoy that first thing in the morning and celebrate the days towards Christmas.
You bet.
I love it. I think it really works well. This one here is really long, and I could see a person being able to string that across a wall and then adding different things underneath it.
Sure, exactly. Okay, well, that is the first project, so let's clear off and move to our next one.
Our next projects are fun projects that are available on our Pinterest page. Farron, can you tell us about these fun printables?
You bet. If you can remember last time, we had some fall printables for you. They said boo and happy fall, and these say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and they're featured in silver, blue, red, and also a gold.
And then we also have this little project, and what it is just a frame that has been painted red. We took the glass out, and then we painted the background with this really cool chalkboard paint. And then what you can do is use it as a countdown to Christmas. And so we kind of have the first day started out here, but you can use just regular old-fashioned chalk, and they also make these really handy chalk markers, and they work just as well. You just draw on, and then you can erase it. We have found that baby wipes work really well.
Yes, baby wipes, and then you can pat it off with a paper towel. But that's an easy way to clean it, and your kids can do it.
Yes, and you can use this chalkboard paint on multiple surfaces, can't you?
You bet, yeah. So when we first saw this project, it was actually on a plate, and they had it on an easel, and they had painted the middle part with the chalkboard paint. But I just found this frame at the thrift store and thought, we could do the same thing this way. So.
Yeah, and I think it works really well. And like, I know at Dollar General and different discount stores, they have the big chargers that you can actually put under plates, and those are really inexpensive. And so you just use something like that as well, and use the same paint, and it would work perfect.
You bet. So let's go ahead and move to our next project, clear this off, and come back with something new to show.
All right. Okay, Farron, here is a couple of fun projects that I put together, and I used two different options. So we'll start with this one.
Okay.
And I bought this inexpensive vase, and then I went and found some greenery.
And where did you find it?
This is actually from my mother-in-law's yard. She has some beautiful evergreen trees, and so I just marched around until I found kind of one that I felt worked. And so then I used two different branches, and I wanted one to go one way and one to go the other way. And really inexpensive arrangement for the holidays. And then I found some inexpensive little tiny pops of color with these ornaments.
And where did you find your vase?
I found this at a local discount store.
Okay.
So yeah, and it is glass, and it's mercury glass. So I just really feel like it adds a pop of color to the holidays. And red, of course, is the signature color of Christmas.
You bet.
And then I made the second version of it with the same similar idea, with 2 twigs coming out of a jar, and this is a pickle jar that I had recycled, and so I used it because it's nice and heavy, and it's stable enough that the limbs won't pull it over.
Sure.
And then the bulbs are from just some family heirlooms that I've had for a long time. And so the only expense I had was some little dollar ornaments.
Okay. And you just got these right out of your front yard.
Yes, these are from my redbud tree in my front yard.
Okay.
So
nice. Well, let's go ahead and feature our next project.
Our next idea is this wooden tree. Farron, would you please tell us about it?
Yes, I have to give a lot of credit to my dad for this because he helped construct it. It's from an old pallet, and so what we did is we took the pallet and we cut down either side of the pallet so that when we went to pry the boards off, they wouldn't crack so much. You have to be very gentle because they tend to break. And then we just cut them to size, and the top one is 6 inches long, and then 10, 13, 16, 19, and 24. And it's 42 inches tall. And that's about what we found would work when you were spacing them apart. Although it could be, you could construct it to whatever scale you want it to be.
And then did you make your own stencils? Is that what
we definitely did? Yes. So it was, there's just paper, and actually these stencils are going to be available on our website for anybody to print out on their own and cut and make. And so we just taped them on there, double-sided sticky tape, and then carefully painted, used them more as a guide than actually a stencil because they tend to bleed. So just plain acrylic white paint is what we used. And you could also bevel the ends of this and stick it in the ground outside and then decorate it with lights or however you want to. We found this worked really well here though.
This is great, Farron. Now let's move on to our next project.
All right. Okay, and now we're going to show some different wrapping ideas we've seen and kind of made it our own, took some ideas we found and then modified it. So Annie, can you show us how we did that?
Yes, well, I was browsing Pinterest and I saw some really neat wrapping ideas for Christmas. And one of the reasons why I really like this is because I can let my kids do this as well, and they can customize their packages for family and really make it their own. So what we did, we have brown paper and black paper, and then we found some really great markers that are available, and they're chalk markers. We have red, green, and white, and then Sharpie makes some really great metallic markers. So we have gold and silver. And then also available on Pinterest, Leah Griffith has this amazing blog, and she created these awesome labels, gift tags of all different sizes and shapes, and then she also created some labels for homemade presents. And so I downloaded those, and she made them editable so you can type in your own family's names, tos and froms, and really make them your own. And then I took her ideas and then I drew on the boxes with the markers the different sayings that go along with
Christmas.
With the gift tags, and they just turned out really fun. And then I just cut out this one. I used some simple just garland here, and then I cut out this one says love, peace, and joy. And then this one I just used one of the patterns from one of the labels and kind of mimicked off of that, and it just really makes it personal and your own. And these ideas will be available on our Pinterest page for anyone who wants to give it a try.
And so all we did, we actually ordered some markers online, and then you freehanded all of this.
Yeah, I did.
But you just copied, kind of looked at the tags to kind of make them cohesive and work together.
Like on the tags, there has some greenery and some berries, and there's some pine cones. And so for the pine cones or any brown areas, I used the gold. And then for the silver actually can help the white really pop off of the black and brown.
Yeah,
so the
can see
silver
that
I
right
used
here.
to highlight around the letters. But I really did, I just kind of freehand it. I looked at the way they did the lettering, and it worked. I confess, it took me a few times, and I did make a few mistakes, but you know what? It was worth it, because I really love them, and I think family and friends will enjoy receiving
Yes.
them as well.
Yes, they're going to enjoy seeing that you handmade it. And so, you know what? To do it a couple of times, that's part of the process.
Yeah, it is. It's a learning process. Anytime I think you do it yourself, you have to practice. I mean, and practice does make perfect, or at least better than it was at the beginning.
Yes.
So, and to me, it was a lot of fun. And my daughter, she loves to draw, and I know that she's going to really enjoy decorating her packages. And so I think it's going to be a great project for kids as well.
Yes. All right. Well, let's go ahead and clear this off and move to our next one. Great. All right, we're going to end our show with a couple of gift ideas. The first one is candy cane Play-Doh. I made this last year, and I took it to our family gatherings, and it was really neat because the kids could just kind of take it and be entertained. And it just requires two different colors. I did red and white, and you smash them together in there and make it look like candy cane. And we're going to have the recipe for that on our Pinterest page. So.
And then another one is a Pinterest idea that we had found, and what it is, it's mistletoes for you. And what it has is, it has a thing of fingernail polish in it, or toenail polish, and then it has some lotions for your feet and a scrub for your feet. And then we just purchased these little bags, and then this printable will be available on our Pinterest page as well as our website.
Yes.
So, but it just really makes a fun little gift for a family or friend, and it's fairly inexpensive.
Yes.
So, and sometimes you have teachers that need gifts and all kinds of different special people in your life, and this just is a little bit of a way for them to feel pampered.
Yes, and I want to point out something on this. I was trying to prepare this and couldn't find fake snow anywhere. And so what I ended up doing is cutting up a Walmart sack and stuffing it in the bottom. And so that's the concept here. And so, you know, if you wanted really DIY this, you can just use Walmart sacks instead of buying fake snow.
Yes, yeah, and then you don't have to worry about any extra expense.
It'll cut your cost down a little bit.
Yes.
And so look for these tags and recipe on our Pinterest page. And we will see you back next time for another show on DIY projects at home.